All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We just finished getting the truck all loaded up. We got the kayak back here on the trailer all ready to go because tomorrow morning we're gonna be waking up at 3 a.m. to make the drive out to spend the next 2 days fishing one of the most incredible fisheries in Florida's Panhandle. This area that we're gonna be heading to is extremely rural and one of the last parts of Florida's coastline that hasn't been completely destroyed by overdevelopment. So this is gonna be an early wake up tomorrow, guys. It's kind of gonna suck a little bit, but hopefully it's gonna be worth it. So make sure y'all set your alarms and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's 4 a.m. right now and we are just getting ready to pull in and pick up our partner in crime for this trip today. Those of you that regularly watch my channel probably know who this guy is. What's up, buddy? Chris from Hookcraft gonna be joining us on this trip today. This is gonna be sweet. Let's get this stuff loaded up and hit the road. All right, y'all, so we just got down here to the wildlife refuge where we are gonna be fishing today. This is such a cool area. One of the most pristine areas on Florida's coastline that hasn't been just completely destroyed. The amount of just wide open nature and the vast expanse that this wildlife has to just do its natural thing, man. It is such a great thing to see. We only have about 10 minutes left to get down to the grounds where we're gonna be fishing. Only problem is weather is not super favorable today. It is supposed to get really windy, so we're gonna try to get the kayaks launched first thing in the morning here. We might be able to get a couple hours session before it gets too windy. Don't really know what we're gonna get into. Tomorrow's looking great though. We'll definitely be able to get the kayaks out tomorrow, but today's gonna be just kind of a figure it out kind of thing. Hopefully we can still find a few fish. So we'll see you guys down there, get these kayaks launched, and hopefully we can do something. All right, we gotta pull over for just a sec. Oh. Not right there, not right there. Bro, I almost just sunk the truck off of that.
Don't ruin the trip right before we get there.
Oh my God. That was a little bit, but mad sketchy, bro. Oh, that would have been terrible. But we just saw a big ass alligator, so we gotta go check this thing out, man. We gotta see what's up with this alligator. Oh, look how that water turned into chocolate. Yep. Oh, that's a big one, bro.
Yep. He might be like 5 to 6 foot.
Yeah, he's not that big, but big enough to where I'm sure as hell not gonna go down there. Yeah. We should definitely go bank fish on that side. Oh God, bro, no thanks. We're good. All right, we're gonna stop disturbing the wildlife. I didn't actually expect Chris to start approaching him. I just wanted a damn picture. So
I just wanted to pet him.
Let's get these kayaks down to the coast here and do what we're actually here to do. All right, so right now we're just easing down this little narrow channel here. This is gonna let out into the bay here in just a few moments. And the jetty that I fished before and had really good luck on is literally right on the left side of this as it lets out into the bay. It's extremely windy out there right now. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I wanna start by trying to fish that jetty just to see if we can put a fish on the board. So just to see if we can get our first one, I'm gonna go the cheater route here, and I'm gonna put just a little live shrimp on that Mustad Ultra Point, size number 2 circle hook. Got about a 3-foot leader, 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I got that underneath a float. That way we can toss this out over the rocks and over the grass and just kind of let that shrimp just drift across the top of the grass and the rocks and have a real nice natural presentation. Really like the way that the current is pushing in the end of this channel. So real quick before we head out into the bay, I'm gonna take just a couple little casts here with the Southern Salt Menace shad. 3.5 feet of water here at the mouth. Am I on a fish or is this grass? Might be a flounder. Feels like a flounder. Also feels like grass. Which one's it gonna be? It was grass. It's yakable. It's gonna be a little bit unpleasant with how rough it is, but as it sits right now, it is yakable. And we are gonna yak it, guys. We are gonna yak it. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see it, but this little strip that sticks off the point, that is the jetty that we are gonna get started on here. This whole area right here on this side is a deep channel where the river kind of comes out, and you got that river current pushing up on this side. Then you've got this rock jetty that extends quite a ways out, and on the far side of that, you've got this long oyster bed that borders a grass flat. Perfect spot to find these fish. It does look like we have some bait getting crushed out here on the far outer part of the jetty. I might throw this shrimp on top of the rocks here just for a sec and see if it gets eaten by something. Who's gonna get first fish of the trip, Chris? Who's it gonna be?
Here we go. I'm on. Got a trout. Got a trout. Nice trout. That's a nice trout. That's a good trout. Come here, dude. Get in. Dude, that's a nice trout. That is a nice trout on the menace shad. Look at that. Oh.
Chris beat me to the first fish of the trip. But shout out to him, man. If y'all aren't following Hookcraft, I'm gonna link his channel in this video. Please go check him out, guys. He posts quality content too. Oop. There we go, fish on. What is this gonna be? I don't think this is gonna be a trout. He's not hitting top. First fish of the trip on the line though. He's going crazy. What is this gonna be? He is going crazy. It's not a trout, it's a hardtail. Okay, guys. First fish of the trip for me, not the target species. That is a hardtail. These guys make great bait, but we're not doing that kind of fishing at the moment, so we're just gonna set him free. Did it just go down already? Oh God, good fish. Good fish. Good fish. This might be a red. He hasn't come up yet. I can't tell. Oh no, it's a trout. It's a trout. It's a good trout. Loosen up on them a little bit. These guys have real soft mouths, and it's real easy to rip that hook if you're horsing on them too bad. I do got to horse them just a little bit to get them off the rocks. This is a good fish, guys. Hooked up to the first good fish of the trip right here. Come on in here. There's a big rock right in front of them. There we go. We got him. We got him. Come on, baby. Make breaking a rod tip worth it for me. Oh, solid fish here. Oh, she ducked it. Come on. Oh my gosh, dude. This fish is so big. Oh my God, guys. First fish of the trip, and it is a freaking stud. Let's go, dude. Woo! That's a dandy right there, guys. There we go. Get that hook out of him. Guys, check out that absolute slob of a speckled trout. First fish of the trip for me. Smoked that live shrimp. That is what I'm talking about. That's what we came here for. We got to get a measure on this fish though. Yeah, she's sitting right about 22. That is a solid way to start the trip there, guys. Let's get her back. Thank you for that bite. That was so sick. Ooh, still feisty. So what I'm gonna do, now that we already got one in the bag, we got that skunk off our back with a damn nice fish. I'm gonna rig up a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader on this other rod, since I decided to be a total goog and break a rod. First thing when we got started.
Idiot.
And we're gonna go ahead and tie our southern salt menace shad back onto that leader. I do want to get another shrimp thrown out underneath our court just to have that live bait out there, just to increase our odds of catching as many fish as we can on this trip. Oh, fish on, fish on. There we go. Another trout right here, guys. I don't think this one's gonna be nearly as big. Good fish though. Come on, come on. Oh, he's a decent one. He's a decent one. See, this is why I always throw that shrimp out, even if I am fishing artificials. If I'm in like a new area or an area that I've only fished a couple times, I always get that live bait out there just so we can catch something. So by this point in the morning, the wind had gotten pretty nasty, and for whatever reason, this is the moment that my mic decided that we were gonna have problems, and the audio on these clips just ended up being awful. But basically what I ended up doing here was cutting the line because this fish somehow inhaled that circle hook, and I didn't want to kill the fish by trying to dig the hook back out. But anyway, here's a look at the fish for you. Let's put him back in the water. Stay there. We're gonna set that one for you too. All right, guys, just finished getting everything all loaded up. The wind picked up, started getting nasty. The bite kind of turned off on us. So rather than sit there and weather through the wind, we ended up coming up into some of the marshland, throwing some different lures around, throwing some shrimp around, and the only other thing I ended up catching was a gaff top. So we're gonna run up there, check into camp, set some stuff up for tonight so it's already done. So we're just about to head back out and do a little bit of fishing before the evening is over. But we're gonna take a walk down this little boardwalk here. It goes out to an observation area over the river. Just a gorgeous little area. I love checking stuff out like this. It's always nice when we go on these fishing trips too. Take a little midday break, eat a little bit of lunch, and just kind of chill for a few minutes, just checking out the scenery, seeing what there is to see. Wow, this is super cool. Look at the way that the trees just like lean over the sides of the river. This looks super fishy just in itself. We might have to make a trip back down here and do a little bit of fresh water too. It is crystal clear all the way down to the bottom right here. All right, just got everything all loaded up, got all our fishing stuff ready, and we are gonna head back down to the National Wildlife Refuge. We got probably about 2.5 to 3 hours until the sunset, so we're gonna see what we can do with that time, see if we can find a few more fish before we head back to camp for the night. So we're gonna try and just keep it simple since we don't have a lot of time and the weather sucks anyway for kayaking, and we're just gonna do some bank fishing, see what we can find. Wow. They don't allow crabs here. All these blue crabs better get the f out, bro.
Yeah, they better leave.
Dude, that'd be so funny if the park ranger pulls up and be like, you guys don't allow crabs here? Revoked.
I'm writing you a ticket.
There he is, bro. This is why we have so much fun on these trips. That's my childish level of humor. I think that kind of stuff is hilarious. Let's go catch some fish. We are all loaded down. I got a couple rods on my back. Little bucket of shrimp right here, and we are gonna go check out a spot that I found on Google Earth. It's about a mile walk back down this trail system, but the cool thing about the wildlife refuge is that they've got all these levees built through the marshland here, and these are all public hiking and multi-use recreation trails that gives you access to pretty much this entire area of marshland to get back here and fish, do photography. You can ride bikes, you can hike. It's a really, really cool area, but like this whole place is just loaded with areas just like this. And just a few hours ago when we drove through here the first time, the water was all up over this marshland, flowing through the grass. We fished it through the high tide in the kayaks. I think that has a lot to do with why the trout bite was good when we first got there, and then as the water slacked out at high tide, I think that's partially why that bite turned off a little bit. Chris is being the Google Earth car. You guys don't know this, but this is actually how we film all of our first person shots on our channels. Man, look how crazy this is though, guys. It's like, this looks like something that you would see like dinosaurs walking through in a movie or something. It literally does look like that scene in like the Dinosaurs movie where they're like, we don't have enough water, keep moving.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll watch that.
the ground is, the mud down there is even all cracked. Man, I feel like I should go start stomping on it to find water. All right, guys, we have made it to the spot. There are some donkey alligators down there. See, I told y'all that there were dinosaurs here. This looks like a prime spot to throw some artificials, maybe even some top waters, but I want to get a bait out real fast here and see if we can get hooked up on something. Let's get a shrimp out there. Shoot, maybe these are all mullet. It's crazy, there's so many and they're blowing up in a fashion that it looks like when trout come up and hit top chasing schools of little finger mullet. Let me try walking over to this other side of the levee here. Really, I just want to find out if there's like anything in here. I don't even know if there is. So I'm just gonna use the shrimp rig real quick. I'm just gonna take some casts with that. Put it out there across the creek, let that current drift that shrimp right across these oyster beds here and just see if there's anything around. Something just hit the bobber on top. What is this, like a needlefish maybe? I bet that's what it is. I bet it's a little needlefish. Those things seem to be everywhere. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm about to find out. Oh, lost him. That has to be a needle. Did he break my line? He did, he broke my line. Needlefish or a gar maybe? Real quick, because that fish did come up and try to hit my bobber. I'm gonna try throwing this little size 8 X-Rep. This is a glass ghost color. My light rod here. I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm worried that it's like those stupid little needlefish because those have just kind of been everywhere, but I don't know, the weight on that one felt pretty heavy. There's a fish right there. Yeah, got one. I think it's a trout.
No way. On the jerk bait?
Yeah. Good solid fish right here. It's a red. It's a red, bro. I lost him, but it's a red. Dang, he just popped off. It was a redfish. Hopefully that wasn't my only opportunity right there.
That's very optimistic of you.
Alrighty guys, just got back up here to camp. Kind of a rough afternoon of fishing. We walked about a mile back into that marsh, tried fishing the levees all through there. I got one small redfish almost up to the bank before he popped off. Had a few other bites. I think a lot of them are probably needlefish and little pinfish taking my shrimp down. And unfortunately, that's all we were able to do. So whole day, only got those 2 trout, but they were some seriously quality fish. So I'm not disappointed at all. We decided to go ahead and just call it before dark hit so we could come back. We're gonna make ourselves some burgers here, get a little fire going to sit around, chill for a little while, and then we are gonna go to bed so we can wake up bright and early tomorrow and hopefully find some more fish. A little bit of Kinder's wood fire garlic there. I know some of you guys are probably wondering, there's only 2 of us and there's 4 burgers here. That's because we're fat. Oh, you're going straight double mode. Oh, yes. Nothing like a just simple bare bones meat and cheese cheeseburger. All right guys, just got everything all cleaned up here and got the rooftop tent set up. But let me give you guys just a little look inside the rooftop tent here, where I'm gonna be sleeping tonight. Nice and luxurious, and I am exhausted. We put in some serious work today. Only got 2 fish, but they were 2 nice fish, and that's what matters. I will take quality over quantity any day. Plan is tomorrow morning, we're gonna try and wake up about 5. Sunrise is right before 7. And we're gonna try to eat some food and get all this stuff picked up and get down there hopefully around sunrise. The weather tomorrow is looking excellent, so we should have a fantastic opportunity to get the kayaks out there and hopefully catch some more fish. All right, guys, just crawled up into the tent. I am absolutely exhausted. See you guys tomorrow morning. Last night was a little bit rough. We had some thunderstorms rolling through between like 11 and 1, so I was awake pretty much that entire time. The rain was just pounding the side of this tent, and the thunder was echoing so loud through these trees. Like, I've never quite heard it like that before. It's 5 a.m. right now, and we're awake, unfortunately. This is what I need. All right, guys, just made it down to the boat ramp here this morning. The one thing that we were worried about was the rain last night turning this into chocolate milk, and it looks like it's actually pretty good. Hopefully we can find something. Let's get these boats in the water. All right, guys, just made it out here to the jetty. Tide's about a foot lower right now than it was when we were here yesterday. There is some bait busting over here on top of the jetty, though. It's looking pretty good. Let me start by throwing menace shad. I still have swamp gold on. Might need to switch over to like ultraviolet or something just a little bit brighter. The water is a little bit murkier from that rain. It's not bad. We still have decent clarity here. Conditions are so much better today, though. This is looking pretty juicy. Let me try putting out a little shrimp here. I do just want to make sure that we get on the board. This is a real easy way to do that. I'm just going to toss this out over here. Not really having any bites out here in the deeper water. I was thinking since the tide was low, they might still be pushed out a little bit. All the bait seems to be out here on the end of the jetty too. But I'm not having any bites. Chris has caught 2 trout already, and he's up shallow working some of these grass flats and oysters that are a little bit shallower up here. Dude, is my cork already gone? Right there. There's fish. Instant on the shrimp. Whatever this is. It's staying down. That's interesting. Alright, first fish of the morning hooked up. Yeah, little. I know it is a trout. He just stayed down. That's weird, man. He didn't come up one time. Decent little guy there. Heck yeah, guys, there we go. First speckled trout of the morning. I thought he was going to be a little redfish. By the way, he wasn't coming up. He didn't hit top one time, which is super weird for these guys. He's a little bit smaller than those ones we were catching yesterday, but that is still a nice fish, man. They're so fat out here. There's just so much bait and so much forage for these guys. Such a cool fishery. That is awesome. Get another one of those southern salt menace shads and ultraviolet. I think I had a little pinfish nip my tail off. And then you just match up where you're going to push that hook through and bring it through up into the hook channel on the top. And I like to tuck the end of the hook just barely into the plastic there. That does cause them to tear up a little bit faster, but I think it makes them just that much more weedless. You're already fishing them on a Texas style weedless rig. And I think we just lost our bobber. Fish on. It's a small whatever this is. I don't think this is going to be a trout. Little pinfish. Relax, relax, relax. So that right there is a pinfish. These are the worst. They make good bait for big bull reds and stuff like that, but they are such a pain in the butt when you are trying to fish with any kind of live bait. Obviously the fishing was pretty slow for me on the second day, despite trying literally everything that I could possibly think of. Luckily though, while I was struggling a little bit further down the flat, Chris was having a bit better luck than I was.
There we go. What we got? What we got here? Think another redfish? Or is this a catfish? Nope, it's a redfish. Another red. Here we go. You know what? That's fine.
I saw you sight that fish.
Yeah. Another little guy. I'll take a redfish. Oh, look, he doesn't have a spot. Is he spot on this side? He's spotless.
Y'all go check out his full video to see everything that he caught, because he did quite a bit better than I did on this trip. We have a shallow oyster bar out here in front of us. We're gonna try hitting. Still have the menace shad on ultraviolet on a 1/8 ounce swing ball jig. Oh yeah, that comes up real shallow. It's about 2 feet deep right here. Nice hump, just covered in oysters. There's fish. I think we might have a little rat red here. Second fish of the morning on the line. On the menace shad. Oh, got a little bit of weight behind him now. Oh! Are you kidding? Yeah, he came off. How did that happen? There's some bait busting over there right where that fish came from. I wonder if there's more of them. Not the best luck so far this morning. I mean, I got one nice trout, but at least the conditions are good. I guess I can't complain about that. Let me try following that up with a jerk bait. Sometimes switching it up on them, throwing right back in there will get their attention. There we go. There we go. Got another one. Or did I snag? Oh no, I snagged a, what is that, a little pinfish? Dang it. I'm actually sure, I think that's a pigfish. Yeah, that's a pigfish is what that is. Sorry about snatching you out of your home, dude. These guys actually make good bait. I've caught redfish on the smaller ones before. You know what, let me try a little something different here. Let me try throwing a Cajun pepper hoodwink. These hoodwinks are a really cool lure. They have a very unique action to them. Alright guys, we've been fishing for a couple hours already this morning. Each of us have only caught one trout. Chris has caught 2 reds, but the bite is nothing like what I pictured it being. I thought if we got out here early in the morning on that incoming tide, it would be money, and for some reason it's just not. We're still trying to piece together why, but we're gonna change it up a little bit. What we're gonna try to do now though, while it is nice and flat out here, is supposedly somewhere nearby, like 500 yards off the beach here, there's supposed to be some large wreck, and I actually found it on Google Earth. It's sitting in shallow water up on a sandbar, and we're gonna pedal out there and see if we can find it and see if there's any fish on it whatsoever. Just using Google Earth here to navigate out to where this wreck is supposed to be. Supposedly this is a World War I, some kind of ammunition boat or something, I think I read, and it was converted to some kind of like shrimping vessel or, you know, something along those lines. I guess they had issues with it. It was anchored up out here, and I don't know if it was a storm or what, but I guess it ended up running aground on this oyster bar out here. and it wasn't repairable, so I guess they, you know, sunk it out here, and this is where it's been ever since. I'm marking fish and like some random structure and stuff. Yeah, so here is the, I think we're like right over the top of it right now, if you guys can see this colored part in the water here. Another part over here. Supposedly this is a very large boat that is sunk right here. Let's see if there's any fish on it. Did you just get whacked?
Yes.
Oh, I just got smashed. Yeah, there's something going on here. Got him. Got him. Fish on.
I really hope. Is that a sea bass? Or is that a
It's a sea bass.
It's a sea bass.
It is a black sea bass. That is a cool catch. Black sea bass on the Cajun pepper hoodwink on a 1/8 ounce swing ball jig there. Yeah, guys, that is a cool catch. I was not expecting that. It's a little black sea bass. He's way undersized. I forget what they have to be, but I know that it's not how small he is. Got him on that Cajun pepper hoodwink on a 1/8 ounce swing ball jig. 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, just jigging it on this shipwreck out here randomly in the middle of the bay. That's kind of a cool catch. Now, I mean, if we could find a keeper one of those, he might be coming home, not gonna lie. That one's a little short, so we'll see you next time, buddy. Go get bigger. So we ended up fishing this wreck for a little bit longer, and there ended up being a ton of these black sea bass all over it, but they were all micros. So after like 10 of those, we decided to head back in towards the bank and try fishing the grass flats again, since now the tide had started moving pretty good. We were hoping that this shift in current would have those fish fired up and feeding again, but unfortunately, after fishing for like 2 or 3 more hours and trying a bunch of different zones and trying different lures and different tactics, we just had no such luck and didn't end up catching anything else. Alright guys, jumping forward in the day a little bit here. We've been fishing it hard all day long, and really the only good success that we've had, again, is right when we first got here. That's how it was yesterday too. We hit the jetty, caught a couple nice trout. We're like, this is gonna be sick. And then it completely died. Yesterday, of course, it was partially due to that serious south wind that we had, so we ended up calling it a little bit early and getting the kayaks out of the water just because it was a little bit miserable trying to fish out in the bay and that. Today though, the conditions are just so perfect for kayak fishing. We're out here on this beautiful flat right now. We finally found the crystal clear water, and in my head I was like, if we can find the clean water today, I think we can find the fish. And unfortunately that just didn't prove true. We've been hitting every single little possible spot that we could, trying close to the bank, trying grass flats, trying rocks, oyster beds, going further out and finding drop-offs, and none of it seems to be panning out. So this is a new fishery for both of us. I've only fished here one time before. I think I got lucky with that one. I think I was probably here at like just the perfect time when like water temperature was right and the currents were right, the wind was right, hadn't rained for a while, all that fun stuff. And that's just how it is sometimes when you go on these trips to new spots that you don't know. You have to piece it together, and sometimes it takes a few times of coming here so you can really like figure out the patterns and what they're doing. But with all that being said though, I'm definitely not disappointed. Caught some seriously nice trout on this trip. Chris got a couple redfish here and there, and we had an awesome time camping and just chilling, making a weekend of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. I hope you enjoyed the camping stuff too. Like I said, I do a separate channel called Maverick Overland Adventures, and that's normally where I post all the camping stuff, but I decided we'll just go ahead and put it in this video just to give you guys a little sneak peek of that. And you guys can let me know down below in the comments if you enjoyed seeing that. Maybe we'll do more of it on this channel, find a way to kind of split it up and do like different stuff for each one, so it's not just like the same thing. But big shout out to Chris from Hookcraft for coming along on this trip with me. Y'all go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He puts out some seriously quality content, especially offshore kayak fishing for blackfin tuna and red snapper and everything else out there. Does some awesome inshore sight casting for redfish as well. I will have links to everything that we use down below in the description, including my discount code for Southern Salt Bait Company, CKW10. Save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. You can get yourself menace shads, hoodwinks, swing ball jigs, shaky head jigs, and anything on their website. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you on the next video.